Yo, what up, guys? Tonight we're just doing a quick video on feeding. So there's many different options of what you can feed. Some people want to feed all different stuff. I like doing your mealworms, just basic mealworms, while it is non-breeding season. Some people do your silkworms, all sorts of other stuff. All depends on how big you want them, depends on how much you want, how much weight you want on, whatever. Right now, I'm just trying to stock them up. Mealworms are one of the ways you have lots of fat. I prefer your fatty stuff and your females just because they need that weight for breeding. So whether you want to breed, whether you want to just keep them as pets, all depends on, I should say, whatever you want depends on what you can feed. There are many different things of feeding. There are mealworms, there are silkworms, there are dubio roaches, there are grasshoppers, there are waxworms. There's all different sorts of stuff. Your best feeders would be your silkworms or dubio roaches, sometimes crickets. Geckos are something that need a variety of food. So me, I tend to go between mealworms, dubio roaches, or silkworms. Sometimes I'll throw some crickets in there. All depends. Your crickets, your silkworms are your best feeders. Oh, and I forgot to add, your grasshoppers are one of your biggest feeders. Those are some of the most healthiest, depending on what you want. Like, do you want them ready to breed? Do you want them pet-wise? Like me, I do breeding. So, I try to stock them up anywhere. Well, I try to stock them up between September, the end of September, and to the beginning of January, because breeding season goes between January to September. Yes, I am loading a lot of worms in here just because I need to feed what, like 20 some geckos. After doing all this, maybe I'll make another video of me feeding all the babies. But yes, even when I feed the babies, I load this cup with worms. Only because I have so many. If you're ever interested, look me up on Facebook, YouTube, and anywhere else. You will find all sorts of videos and information you can use. If you want to see me in person or are willing for a gecko, let me know. Or hook me. You can always catch me at the Scott Smith Animal Expo at the King County Fairgrounds. We are there mainly once a month. Every Saturday show we will be there. Sometimes we are there Saturday and Sunday shows. If you need the show dates, they're online. We do have cards with all the show dates. So if you come to a show, ask for a card. We will have many different cards. And come every December, they will announce when the next year's shows are. Don't belong back there. Yes, you guys see this gecko on my back? This is one of my main breeding females. She is a blood red carrot tail. Look at how big her tail is. You can tell she's been eating well. Definitely holding weight and ready for breeding season. Yeah, I will keep feeding her nice and decent meals. Maybe once, twice a week, just to make sure she's ready to breed. Once I know she's nice and healthy and ready to breed, I will throw that male in. As soon as I can tell she's pregnant, 18 days later, she will lay an egg. Yes, I say 18 days. It takes a female every 18 days they can lay an egg. They can lay up to 2 eggs. Only if their weight was nice and fat on them. If they had the weight on them, they will lay 2 eggs. If not, they may lay 1, they may lay none. So always try to make sure your female is nice and fat and healthy. Otherwise, she doesn't have the nutrients to create the egg. And always make sure you keep track of what male was in there. If you do not, and you just throw any male with her and change it up the next time, then you're not always gonna get the same egg. Leopard geckos can hold their sperm for very long periods of time. That's why you always want to make sure you only mix them between January and September and give them that time off, because if not, then they may still have the sperm left from the other male that they mated with. So always make sure you give them a break period and time to put the weight back on and time to get rid of that sperm. If you're not trying to focus on making a certain breed, then yeah, you can throw whatever male in after each one, but always make sure it's after 18 days. If you throw males in before the 18 days and the female is pregnant, they will fight. I do not recommend that, because the female will end up killing your male. All depends on what you want. Definitely would not recommend that, because that is very expensive and very brutal. Whatever you guys are looking for, let me know. We will have more information in the next video.